We've got an 8-week tour coming up that starts in about a week, and this is how we're preparing for it. So we're releasing an album on February 7th. We wanted to do a headline tour based off of the release. If you have a big release coming out, there's gonna be a lot of press. Press is good for the tour is good for the album's good for the tour. It's all supposed to work semiotically. It's more complicated than that, but that's the Cliff Notes. So back in July, our bass player sent an email to our booking agent saying, hey, we have an album coming out February 7th. Let's do a tour from February 7th to March 17th. All of our equipment is stored in Italy at our drummer's house. He lives in, outside of Milan. So we knew we wanted the tour to start in Italy for logistic reasons. Also, we're a Celtic punk band, so St. Patrick's Day is the biggest day of the year for us. So we knew we wanted to do something that was like huge for Paddy's Day. What we ended up coming up with was doing a headlining show at a venue in Amsterdam, and those are pretty much the guidelines that we gave. Now, through an exhausting series of emails that I will save you the burden of knowing about, our dates were finally locked in by October 24th. So the tour looks like this. January 31st, Italy, then we go into Spain, up into the UK, and then we're back and zigzagging around mainland Europe, and we're done on March 17th in Amsterdam. We also requested that our friends Grade 2 get on the tour, and it ended up working out, which is awesome because they are the best band to be on the road with. So we had the dates, so pretty much the first thing to do was start promoting and telling people the tour exists. So we had flyers made based on our album art, and then I made a few promo videos that we sent off to the booking agency, and they sent to all the local promoters for them to start doing their thing. So now we had to start working on logistics. Simply put, we're bigger in some areas than others, so the venue sizes are gonna reflect that, and the money's gonna reflect the venue sizes. So basically we split the tour in half. First half, developing markets, Spain, Italy, UK. We're not as big there. And then the second half, mainland Europe. We'll just call it mainland Europe. I know that's probably not the correct terminology. Sue me. Germany, Netherlands, France, Poland. So the first of the logistics we have to figure out is transport. As you know, we built a tour bus in the US. However, they won't let us bring that on the plane. So we got to find different solutions in Europe. Initially, I wanted to do a sleeper vans, but our drummer brought up a really good point. And that is that we are touring in the winter. Everybody gets sick on tour at least once. If we can minimize that on a winter tour, the best way by doing that is by having people get the right amount of sleep and not be in the cold at all times. When you're in a van in the winter, you're just cold the whole tour. So we decided to go with our tried and true method of doing a van and hotels. Plus, in Spain, you can get really good deals on hotels. So the first half is settled. Now, for the second half, I convinced the guys that it would be worth it for us to have an actual tour bus. If we did the van and hotels for 9 people, by the way. So I was like, all right, it's not too much more just to do a bus. Now, the bus has a lot of advantages. One, it's just more comfortable. You have a way more comfortable tour. Feels like luxury. Convenience. You play the gig, you shower at the venue, and then you can go to bars nearby and party if you want, or you can just go straight to bed. Plus, checking in and out of a hotel every day is kind of annoying. You have to bring your suitcase in and out, you gotta do that. You leave your shampoos in the showers, which you do anyway at venues, but with a bus, the bus leaves at 2 or 3 a.m., you drive through the night, and you wake up at the venue the next day. You wake up in whatever cute little European city you're in, go outside, have an espresso, have a croissant, have a nice day. Or go for a run. I'm trying to make myself work out on this tour. Now, the next big advantage with the bus, there are 12 bunks, which is gonna lead me to talk about our crew on this tour. So as you know, the tour is already split in half. Our band has 6 people. There's 9 seats in the van, so it's getting pretty tight. The way we actually make money is through merchandise. So, we knew we wanted to actually have a designated merch person on this tour. Having a dedicated merch person is gonna pay itself back. So our boy Chris absolutely nailed it on the Flogging Molly tour that we just did in the States, so we're bringing him to Europe. He's gonna be our merch guy. Our sound is super important to us, so we bring a front of house. Maestro is the man. He's been doing our front of house for like 2 years now or something. We love working with him. He's great to have on the road, and he's just a funny guy. Now, as I mentioned in one of my last videos, I talked about social media. Social media is important for us. We're choosing to do the social media thing. So, because of that, we're bringing someone to shoot and edit social content, which we've never done before. The hope is that we play the game correctly. Plan out our short form video content that'll be kind of based around like the actual live show, because if we're trying to sell tickets and we're making videos of our shows go viral, then it'll make our tours in the future do well. So this dude and I will be executing on these videos. But I have to actually plan them. Going in without a plan, just filming each set and putting up just us playing with music is not enough, unfortunately. It's enough to have your fans updated on what you guys are doing, but going with an actual game plan of a growth strategy with content that is supposed to grow and reach new audiences, that is the reason to bring somebody on tour. If we do that right, the band's socials will grow, our tours will grow, we'll sell more records, the streams will be up, the record label will be happy, and everybody wins. And hopefully some people learn about a new band. Learning about new music is fun. And of course the social media person will only be on the bus tour second half once we have enough spaces, because adding the driver into the van, that makes it 9 people. Also going in the bus is going to be our tour manager, who I didn't mention for the first half because Bill is not coming on the first half of the tour. For this first half, we're going to be splitting up TM duties. It's not rocket science to check into a hotel and say, separate beds, please. And then for the logistics, when it comes to the tolls and transport and stuff with the van, the driver's handling that stuff. And then there will be a point of contact for all the venues and the promoters and what time we need to get there and all that type of stuff. And then we'll assign someone to hospitality, which kind of makes sure that a rider gets filled. Realistically, what that is just making sure that the Australians have their beer, or else they get cranky. Sorry, Johnny. Sorry, Gabe. Sorry, Adam. No, my band does not watch my YouTube videos, so they don't give a shit. Now for the second half, our tour manager, Bill, is going to fly out and meet us in Hanover. These shows are bigger. They're not as easy to do just DIY, just the band handling all the duties. So it really does make sense for us to have a tour manager on those shows. Hi, it's 8:30 a.m. I actually got up on time. It's Friday, January 10th. The first show is on January 31st, and we did not order the backdrop yet. We could use the same backdrop we've been using. We want this to be like the Dead Anthems tour. That's the name of our album. So here's what I got going. I designed our last banner that we use for our festivals. I get kind of picky with our design stuff, so I mean, I don't know. Given that we had like a short time frame to do this one in, I mean, we knew about this tour forever. We didn't really, but we left it up to last minute. I ended up doing the design. Now, there's merchandise. We need to sell stuff. As a band, you were literally just traveling t-shirt salesmen. So we needed stuff to sell. So we went with a few different designs that all serve their own purpose. And then I designed this like football scarf that I don't know if it's actually being made, but it exists as a design either way. And then of course we have all the vinyl. Now I put all these designs into a Dropbox, sent them off to Johnny, and then he sent them out to print. I think I actually got to call him. I don't know if the merch ever got printed. Now, of course, there's promotion. How does anyone know this tour is happening? So I made a bunch of promotional videos. Some were very region specific. I got this UK one that I thought was kind of funny. Currently making a promo video for the UK run of the tour. This video will either be funny or really stupid. Going for it either way. It's just for social media. Now, we're not ones to pander to an audience like a cheap politician, but in the UK, our friends Roughneck Riot will be joining us on the entire run. Tickets on sale now at rumjacks.com/shows. What's this? It's a Yorkshire Terrier. Long live the... Anyway, for real, Roughneck Riot. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Oh, hold on, let me change my clothes real quick. It's a Copyright Chaos shirt. CT Punk. Holy shit, by doing all that, I don't know how I got distracted, but I did not send the banner to print. I was in the middle of sending the banner. I think I opened an email, saw Roughneck Riot got added to the tour, and then did all that promo. Meanwhile, the task that I tried to do this morning, I did not get done. It's insane how the brain works when you're juggling tasks. That's what I'm not good at. Also, trying to do a YouTube channel on top of it is like, what the fuck am I doing? Anyway, and then I got this Italian one that also was supposed to be funny. This message is for the people of Italy. Ciao ragazzi, sono Mike T. Rumjacks qua. I Rumjacks stanno per arrivare in Italia per 3 concerti. If you don't buy tickets, I will pour soap into this mocha pot. Ci vediamo presto. And then I did this one that was kind of just like blank so that the local promoters can just put in their own text. Now here is where we get help from a record label. The record label takes a bunch of these assets that I create and give to them, and they run ads. I don't see these ads. I don't know how they perform. I don't even know who they're marketed to. However, they are running ads. Hopefully that helps. And then hopefully the local promoters are also advertising on their own. Yes, the band should bring people in, but it's also the promoter's job to make sure that people know about these shows. When there's like 31 shows in one tour, we can't keep track of how the promotion is going for every single show. Now, still got to write a set list. For the set list, usually we do anywhere from an hour 15 to an hour and a half long set. So still on my to-do list is to write a flexible set. What is a flexible set? A flexible set is a set that has the staples at each point in the set list, but there are songs that can swap out. So it's like, cool, the second song, we could either do this one or this one. And usually it's one or the other. We want to play the hits, but we want to play cool old deep cuts that people will be like, oh shit, they really played that one? I didn't expect that. And then, of course, we do have to play new songs off the new album. But I think we all hate when a band shows up for an album tour and plays all their new stuff and it sucks. So we're making sure that the new songs that we are playing are crowd pleasers. They are fun. You can see this song for the first time and be like, oh, this is sick. The song should serve a purpose even if you have never seen it or heard it before. I have this foot switch that like cues samples and it'll play that like as a transition between certain songs. It also serves as a silence killer. There are certain points during our set where there's no need for us to make small talk with the audience and just be like, got merch. Oh, I already said that. And yeah, you absolutely should be speaking to your audience and connecting with them. But in an hour and a half set, there's a lot of points where you can have these weird, awkward moments. I'm trying to eliminate those. Also, by adding in samples at the right times, you can build dynamics throughout the set and you can really craft your set to feel more like a show than just like a band playing next song, next song, next song. I mean, there's a point where I switched to an acoustic guitar and that's like, I used to just go, Johnny, talk to them. And then I have to go and then tune because like it's out of tune, of course, because that's just Murphy's Law. But there's this like 45-second long sample that I made that's like a piano piece with this girl reading a poem and it's in the key of the song that it leads into. So it's like a really nice transition and it like, you know, the lights go down, it sets the mood. Which also brings me to dynamics. It's important to have dynamics in your set, especially with these longer sets. I usually write our sets to have a flow where the energy goes up and down intentionally. I mean, the high energy stuff is great, but then if that were an hour and a half of that, people would get bored. So then you drop the energy down low, they feel connected. If you have a more like deeper sounding song, it just kind of makes people more into the show itself. It's like just less boring. It's easier to stand there and watch an hour and a half of a band set if there's energy changes, if that makes any sense. And then, of course, there's actually practicing the set. Coming up in the next, oh my God, there's just no time. Coming up in the next like day or two, I'll write out a full set list, send it to the band, say, hey, everyone, here are the songs you need to know. Here are the possible songs we could play. Have them ready. Then we have 2 days booked for practice in Milan, and we'll get the set down. We still got to book hotels for that, but it's not a big deal. And then for equipment, I still have some repairs to make to my guitar. And then I got to get all my other equipment organized and then find out what I really need to bring. And then last but not least, I need to plan what YouTube videos I'm going to make because I'm making videos on this tour. Guys, I'm stoked on how this channel has been going in the past few weeks. It has been so much fun to see like the growth actually like starting to kick off after so many years of like grinding it out with like getting no traction, just spinning wheels in the mud. And I don't see a lot of YouTubers who are like going on tour act like a lot. And then vice versa. I don't see a lot of touring musicians who are actually like starting YouTube channels talking about their experiences and like showing what tour life really is. So I think that's where I'm trying to kind of combine the worlds and actually grow this YouTube thing. So I know I didn't cover everything, but that was just like a good look into like what I'm doing on my side of things to get ready for this tour. Anyway, today's the 21st. I leave on the 27th. I have a lot of shit to do. I'm not good at outros, so hopefully see you at a show. Oh God. Oh God.